All right, so I made a overlay script for the Sega Genesis, Sega Megadrive. Before I get to it, let me explain a couple things. So the art is made of the smaller unit is a block, which is 16 by 16 pixels, as you see here. And then a bigger unit is the chunk, which is made of 256 by 256 pixels. And the chunk is made of 16 blocks wide by 16 blocks high. So let's go back to my overlay script. You can see here is my overlay script. As you can see, the blue blocks are the blocks, and the red rectangle lines, not the solid ones, but the lines, is the chunk itself. And these transparent solid red rectangle or squares over the blocks represent the solid collision for the level, such as walls and floors and ceilings. Now, if you look up at the top, I also have data for the games, a lot of the different games internal data system itself. So when I overlay my mouse over one of these blocks, let's say, I don't know if you can see the mouse on this recording, but I lay it over one of the blocks and it'll say that the level layout offset is FFFF-FBO2. The layout chunk ID is 2. The chunk offset is FF0279. The chunk ID is 4C. The collision offset is FF8A4C. And the collision ID is 0. Now that would make sense that the collision ID is 0 because it's not, this block is not a collision block. Now if I put my mouse over one of the red transparent blocks or translucent blocks, you'll see that the collision ID is 1. So this will give you valuable data as to the level A layout offset for a particular block, the layout chunk ID, the level layout ID itself, I should say, the chunk offset for that particular block, the chunk ID for that particular block, and the collision offset and the collision ID for that particular block. As you can see, the collision overlay for what's solid changes, obviously, depending on the level. Here on the second level, it's different because this level's layout is different than the last level, and it would be the same for any other level. But that's the gist of it. I'm going to post the Lewis script. By the way, this is a Gensr57Shell mod Lewis script. So it'll work on Gensr57Shell and Gens Rerecording. Yeah, so like it. Let me know what you guys think. It's helping me to do reverse engineering for Quackshot to understand a lot of the data, grubbing through it. But yeah.